Is this any better? Just working now? Testing one, two, testing, testing, testing one, two. Yeah, I hear it now. Okay, good to see you, Jackie. Thanks for coming. It's good to see you and hope you're doing well. Okay, hear me now? Great. Thank you for letting me know because I was going into it a little bit, so I'm like, oh, geez, the banners. As I always like to start off doing a Bible verse, Matthew 18, verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Put it on back up here to the comments again. Happy Sunday, Cash. Good to see you again. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you let me know because I did not know, and so I had to change my settings. So I appreciate you. Thank you. I got to go out and celebrate my 61st birthday Thursday night. I got to go sing, so that was pretty fun. The This Molly Krebs we're speaking of today, she pled guilty in a 3-year-old son's death, yet she was allowed to go attend the funeral. How about that, y'all? Molly Krebs was allowed to go. Okay, so I'm going to get to start the page. I hope you're doing well, Cash. I pushed the wrong thing, of course. Y'all know me. I don't just talk about a story, I show the fact. Oh, yeah, it was fun. I got to get up there and sing and stuff as well. And I streamed live. There's the culprit right here. Here's the monster. This mom, she was allowed to leave the jail to attend 30-year-old son's funeral, pleads guilty in his death. This was September the 14th, 2023, 11:24 a.m. And here she is, Molly Krebs, Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and WCPO screenshot. And Jaden Krebs. There's the little boy that lost his life at the hands of the mother. A 28-year-old mother in Ohio who was previously permitted to attend her 3-year-old son's funeral despite being charged in his death, has admitted to a role in the child's untimely demise last year. Molly Krebs on Wednesday appeared in Hamilton County Court of Common Pleas, where she pled guilty to one count of involuntary manslaughter in 2022 death of young Jaden Krebs. Court records reviewed by Long Crime Show, which they are right here. Here's the case summary. Let me make it bigger for y'all. That was the case number here. Court of Common Pleas, criminal, municipal case number, case caption, State of Ohio versus Molly Krebs. Terry Nestor was the judge. This was filed December the 8th, 2022. Warrant of indictment. Her bond amount was $75,000, 10% and EMU. Count 1, involuntary manslaughter. Count 2, endangered children. And then here's where the different, what's down there. It said on September 13th, it was entry on waiver of trial by jury. Bench trial on the 13th. Defendant sentencing memorandum on the 18th. On the 27th, it was judgment entry, sentence incarceration sentence 9/26/2023. The sentences in counts 1 and 2 are to be served concurrently with each other. The total aggregate sentence is 6 years to 9 years. In the Department of Corrections, the defendant is to receive credit for 302 days time served. Count 1 to 6 to 9 years. Count 2 to 3 years. Concurrent fines and fees are waived. The defendant is to pay court costs. Involuntary manslaughter confinement, 6 years, Department of Corrections, sentence count. Endangered children confinement, 3 years, Department of Corrections. See, all she getting is really just the 6 years because, as it said, then there's the 28th, where application requesting permission to broadcast, televise, photograph, record courtroom proceedings, and all that. And then the 30th was entry approving counsel fees. It's a work of art. Yeah, I know, get to know, but I'm not related to him at all. Yeah, she got to go to the funeral of her child, and all she got was just 6 years for the murder. That's all she's got to pay. 6 years. She left him alone in the bathtub, y'all. She initially pled not guilty to charges of involuntary manslaughter and child endangerment in December 2022. In exchange for pleading to the manslaughter charge, prosecutors with the Hamilton County District Attorney's Office agreed to drop the child endangerment charge. I never really get to know in person, but I know him, yeah, but I never met him. According to a press release from the Cincinnati Police Department, CPD officers at about 12:01 a.m. on Thursday, December the 1st, 2022, responded to an emergency call at a residence located in the 800 block of Ridgeway Avenue in Avondale. Upon arriving at the residence, first responders located the child, later identified as Jaden, and immediately transported him to the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center. Unfortunately, the boy was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the facility. Krebs was taken into custody while, a short while later by officers with the CPD Homicide Unit and agents from the Fugitive Apprehension Squad. Police wrote that Krebs admitted to leaving the child in the bathtub unattended for a long period of time, according to a copy of the probable cause affidavit obtained by Cincinnati ABC affiliate. She also had given him, yep, she had also gave him Benadryl. In an interview with police, Krebs said she worked all day for a painting and contracting company, and at some point that evening, Jaden had an allergic reaction to something. She then gave him a dose of Benadryl to treat the allergic reaction and ran a bath. It was not immediately clear what kind of allergic reaction Jaden had at the time. Makes you wonder what she did with the child, whether it had a babysitter. I hope she didn't take him to work. She went to bed. She gave him Benadryl, put him in a tub, and went to bed. After putting Jaden in a bathtub, Krebs reportedly said that she walked away from the bathroom and fell asleep. See that? Authorities said she did not check on her son in a bathtub for at least 90 minutes. According to a report from Newport, Kentucky, Fox affiliate WXIX-TV, when she awoke and went to check on her boy, she found him still in the tub, laying partially submerged and unresponsive. She then called 911. Which Benadryl is going to make you fall asleep? Yes. And all she's getting is 6 years in jail. That's all. Just 6 years. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that children under the age of 6 not be given Benadryl unless specifically directed by a doctor. So she could have even gave him too much of it for for somebody that young. Specifically noting that the active ingredient in the medicine, diphenhydramine, tends to make children very drowsy. I'm sure she knew that because it makes even adults drowsy as heck. And you really need to call a doctor to find out how much you need to give a baby, a child like that. You just don't give them a dose. Exactly. During her initial appearance in court, Krebs' attorney, Jeffrey Adams, said the entire ordeal was just a devastating case and that Jaden's death was completely accidental. Completely accidental. Well, of course, I accidentally left my son in a bathtub and he's an infant and all that. Having an allergic reaction. Knowing he's having an allergic reaction. Excuse me, I don't care even if my son was in the bed and the kid was having an allergic reaction. I would still be on top of it, y'all. I would still be there. I would not leave the child unattended at all because I want to make sure the child is better from the allergic reaction. You never leave a child unattended in a bathtub, and I'm sure you knew that too. He said that his client, who was visibly distraught and could barely speak during the proceeding, dozed off after a long day of work with tragic results. Well, if you know you're going to bed, you know you're going to do that. Get your kid out of the bathtub first. You don't just leave your kid in a bathtub of water. I don't think it's really accidental because she went ahead and left the child unattended. No matter how tired she was, you do not leave a child in a bathtub like that. You can see her devastation, and says, "Yeah, yeah, I saw the devastation on her face, but she should know better." Krebs has been in detention since her arrest, but was granted permission by a Hamilton County judge to attend Jaden's funeral on December the 19th, 2022. She is scheduled to appear for her sentencing hearings on September 26th. Record show, which we know what her sentencing hearing is now. All she got to do is serve 6 years for that. And there she is right there. Yeah, she looks distraught, see? But when you leave a child intentionally in a bathtub and you go lay down, I call that intentional. You intentionally left your child behind. It's the same as intentionally leaving your kid in a hot car. You're you could look at it that way too and say, okay, I didn't intentionally mean to kill my kid. I left it in a hot car. I didn't intentionally do that. I didn't intentionally want him to suffocate. They can always say that kind of crap. I would be ripping my own insides out. Exactly. And they need to, do the same type of thing, because this was a toddler, younger than a toddler, I believe. And here's where Molly Krebs, date of birth, her age, her race, charges, involuntary manslaughter, result there, endangered child create risk. So the biggest bond amount was for the child endangerment, create risk, $250,000. Unsupported type was right there too. And she was on probation too. Look, what was she on probation for? That's what we need to know too. What else did she do that she's been on probation before? I hope to God it wasn't that negligence on the kids before. You know what I mean in there? See, it's got two things right here: arrest and probationer. See that? Yep. Leaving a child in a tub for seconds is horrible to go wrong. And yet she knew he was having an allergic reaction, gave him Benadryl, and then left him in the tub. This was in Ohio, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, Hamilton, Krebs, Molly Krebs was arrested in Hamilton County, Ohio. Here she is right here. And let's see. Let me show you the picture of the little boy again. There's the little boy right there. See him right here, that precious little boy that lost his life. Look at that sweetie right there. Is having some kind of allergic reaction. She gave him Benadryl, put him in the bathtub of water, left the room, and fell asleep. And about 90 minutes later, or so to speak, which it might not, it could have been longer than that. She might not be honest about the right amount of time it was, right? We all know that a lot of people lie, but 90 minutes, he was left in the bathtub where when she went and checked on him, he was unresponsive. But Brad Green made us, if you had a kid that had an allergic reaction, you get him out of the tub for one because you do not leave a child unattended. You have the child around you to make sure that the kid is no longer having these issues about the allergic reaction. All this makes no sense. Maybe called Fragment Tomatoes, I think of it every time. Yeah, I even like that show. I love that movie. Is that why you named your name after Fragment Tomatoes because of the movie? That was a very good show with a young George Clooney. That's true. Well, the next story that I'm going to have is going to be around 4 o'clock. I will go ahead and show y'all what it's about. Let me get rid of this one right here. This lady right here, it's going to be at 4 o'clock. This lady right here went and dropped her 4-year-old off and left him abandoned at, at the interstate on the side of the road. Told him or her to stay in the grass, and he was abandoned on the interstate. So that's going to be the 4 o'clock one that I'm going to do in about 30 minutes, I guess. So that's what I plan on going over then. This girl right here doing that. I want to thank y'all for coming. I want to go ahead and close out these other windows up here in that. And I hope to see y'all back around 4 o'clock. Are you, George? Oh boy, I actually got to go to a restaurant recently, and they served fried green tomatoes. But I guess one of these other customers had ordered it. Okay, y'all enjoy your. But I don't like the fried green tomatoes. I cannot stand the taste of them, man. But I like the movie. But over there at that restaurant, I guess one of the people had ordered that as one of the side dishes. And the waitress come in there told the other waitress said, "We're out of fried green tomatoes." I just looked up and I kind of smiled like that's no problem for me. Okay, well I hope to see you. But thank you so much, Jackie. I do appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. And I say God bless you. Remember we need to advocate. You never tried them. Still working on biscuit gravy. I'd love to know how to cook it. Like to know how to cook what? The fried green tomatoes. There's some really good recipes online on about country cooking, but I just don't like that green taste. I'd rather have a ripe tomato. But I love gravy, making it out of sausage gravy and using the grease from the sausage and using little bits of the sausage as well. Yum, yum, yum for the biscuit gravy. Oh man, thank you. Now I'm hungry for it. Oh, okay. Okay. There's some people that's actually got recipes for Hardee's biscuits. I like mild um, sausage. You're funny, Cash. We have things like country British innuendo. I figured it was Cash. That's why I excused it. Excuse me. I get choked up and I start laughing about it. Okay, let's see. God bless y'all, and thanks for coming and support my channel. Yeah, it's being rather cheeky, isn't he? But we still love him. Oh, really? Square sausage in Scotland? Oh, Now, I don't care for the turkey sausage like a lot of people eat that. They said it's better health wise. But for the country, I like my pork sausage. Excuse me. All right. Well, I'll see y'all in a little bit. It's the best sausage in the world. What the square sausage is? Is it mostly pork? I would like some fried okra. I love the heck out of some good fried okra. What's made with beef? Oh, beef sausage. Oh, okay. Wow. For some reason, I have trouble with beef sausage, even though I eat beef pretty regularly. I have trouble with beef hot dogs. Ooh, I'd actually like that. I love fried okra too, and fried squash. That's a good uh, beans in a pot, served with it, and some homegrown tomato slices, serve it with it too, and maybe some cornbread. Not make it too much fried things. I would do like mashed potatoes with it instead of fried potatoes during that because it'd be fried overkill. Fried okra is a bomb. I think next time I go get groceries, I want to make sure to get me some okra. Yum yum. I love cornbread. My dad used to like doing cornbread mixed with buttermilk, but I never acquired the taste for that. Wow. Had you ever tried potato candy? There's a friend of mine that his mother made potato dumpling soup. Yeah, it does, don't it? Soda bread dip, that in your gravy. Wow, that does sound good. Hey, y'all really get me hungry. That where Cash went off to go get him a bite to eat, we maybe made him hungry. Oh, really? I did not know that. Years ago, a friend of mine, and that would sound good to have a get together like a friend of mine had. He invited like about 8 to 10 individuals, and it's like a potluck, right? But each one was supposed to bring something, make something that like in your DNA, like Scottish. Then you'll bring something that's Scotland a dish. You know what I mean? And then, like me though, I went ahead and picked three different things. I made the German cabbage that was like purple and it had apples cooked in it. That was really good. I didn't even get a bite of it, man. They done ate it before I could even fix me a plate. And I made almost like a huckleberry bread. It's like for Native Americans, like Cherokee bread. And then I made like a creamy mint candy, which had chocolate and creamy menthol, different layers of it. And then I was disappointed what everybody else brought. I was so disappointed. Jackie and fried green. They stopped and brought KFC. I thought I was going to get a treasure of things. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, to get together, somebody's got to get KFC or so. I was very disappointed with that. Okra is very good. You fry 'em similar to how you do fried green tomatoes. Oh, it is the comfort food for sure. You would like it. But well, it's southern North America food because we live in North America here. But the southern North American food, you can keep the hominy because I cannot stand hominy. I cannot stand beets too much. I don't like sweet potatoes, but I do like cabbage. And there's a good recipe on regular cabbage with potatoes and onions. KFC has changed over the years. It's like the people that work for these restaurants are no longer being trained on how to do it the way that the original owners had done it. Right. I guess I better go, and I'll see y'all hopefully at the 4 o'clock one. We talk about Ashley Marie Johnson, her abandoning her 3 to 4 year old child. Told the child to get out of the car, just left it stranded on the interstate. All right, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now. God bless y'all.